Hey, welcome to my channel, Everything All at Once. This is a place to literally talk about anything. Sometimes I get channeled messages, sometimes it's a song when I wake up that's looping in my head. Sometimes it's something I saw on the news. Sometimes it's just stuff we need to know or you're curious about. Literally anything and everything is up for discussion here. And maybe somehow, some way, something I say, the words will touch you in such a way that you will heal from it, or you will learn something, or you can broaden your horizon, your mind, your way of thinking, what have you. We are moving into a time of elevation and ascension, and it is important that we are here to celebrate each other and support one another because this journey is one hell of a trip. That is for sure. So without further ado, I'm going to get right into our first episode here. I've decided I'm going to talk about anger. Anger and fury. That is something that I have wrestled with recently, and it could be a biological change within my body. However, it could be the government that we see shifting in front of our faces. It could be the astrological placements. Honestly, the reasons are pretty endless, but I think the topic is really practical right now because everybody, I believe, is struggling with anger on various levels. Anger that we've been lied to, anger that we've been taught a certain way and it's been wrong. I think a lot of women especially are struggling with anger because we specifically as a group have been told to not show anger and not express anger, really. And because that shows, right, that our boundary has been crossed. That's what anger is doing. It's a tool. That's kind of what is happening there. And I think that if you can reframe anger, if you can reframe that pain, reframe that as information that your body, your mind is getting to you to tell you that the thing you're involved with is wrong. The thing that you're involved with has crossed your boundary, your threshold. And so from that point, we are then able to make changes. From that point, we are then able to see clearly who is for us, who is not for us. We are then able to see clearly who is causing injury and where the safe space is. And if nowhere else, maybe that safe space is just inside yourself. But being, I think, really able to name it, to look at it, to confront it, and then be able to transmute it. Because at the end of the day, that anger, that fury, that is a lot of power. And it's a lot of power that goes kind of untouched. We've been taught to keep your mouth shut, to keep your head down, don't cause ripples, don't cause problems. Speak up when it suits you, but you don't want to make someone else angry. And I think I'm frankly over that entire conversation. But, I think we're moving into a place of really letting all of that go. Letting your freak flag fly, letting the words come out of your mouth that need to be said, that need to be heard by other people, especially when you have been injured. I think that is critical for healing. Whether or not you speak it to your therapist, your friends, your family, or just into your phone, to be quite honest, that is a cathartic experience and it helps the brain process what you've been through. Talking it out, that's a real thing. But, back to the transmutation of the transmutation of the energy of anger, of rage, of fury. That is such a powerful energy to be able to harness. I frankly have been able to do this with the help of somatic work. Thank God I have a very strong body and a very strong constitution. And so I'm able to channel a lot of this anger energy through my actual body. But then it comes out as creative power, or it comes out as a sudden self-confidence spark that comes to me. It comes in the form of giving me actually more power and energy to my physical vessel so that I can go work out or, that kind of thing. Really turning that around and really understanding what caused you to be angry. What is the thing that happened that flipped your switch, and looking at that and maybe never going back there again to that place. Or maybe it's a thing you have to reconcile in for some way in order for you to continue. Whatever that is for you, anger is a conversation. It is a place where we can enter to find our direction. And once I figured that out, I feel like I was let out of jail. It was like a cage had been lifted off my body. I'd also realized, because I had been through a lot of various traumas in my life, as we all have, to very different degrees. Mine specifically have been around the topic of relationships. So really, really healing the wound of self-worth, really, really looking inside myself and looking at the people who I was connecting with and realizing that I had been lowering my own worth, lowering my standards, just in hopes of being loved by another person. And, once relationships fail for one reason or another, if boundaries are crossed, if lines are crossed, fury and anger become the topic. And that shows you, at least for me, it showed me, hey, I've been holding on to this anger for a very long time. I know it's bad. I know I don't want to hold on to the anger. My body won't let it go. I don't understand. I'm not a hateful person. I do not want to be a hateful person. The person in question crossed my boundary for the 18th time, and I'm done. So, you take that anger and you take that fury, and it was not leaving me, and I couldn't figure out why. And then I realized it, and it came to me like a shockwave. And that was, the anger is actually protecting you. The anger is protecting you from going back to the same situation that you just left and you had to heal from. So the anger is actually a tool that is protecting me from further hurt. And that, I think, knowing that and realizing that wherever you are in your journey is actually one of the most enlightening and amazing things. And funny enough, once that connection was made in my mind that the anger was actually protecting me from the person, because the person in question, did I still love that person? Of course I did. But did they do harm to me? Yes, they did. So now I can't go back. No matter how much I love them, that person always causes harm. So that's not a safe place, right? So the anger holds that for you so that you can continue to move forward. And funny, like I said, funny enough, the anger literally disappeared. It evaporated. My shoulders became lighter. My head started throbbing, or stopped throbbing, I would say. And I could see clearly again. I can't explain it. It was the most incredible experience and realization that I have ever had with regarding that emotion. And I think if more people realize this, we're taught to, express your anger and then leave it in that room and go out. We don't really sit with it. We don't dissect it. We don't try to lean into it. We don't try to work with it. I mean, anger energy, that energy is as potent as sexual energy. It's very, very strong. So, that in itself is fuel. The fire is the fuel for you, but you just have to recycle it in a different way. Yes, going out and screaming in the top of your lungs is amazing. Screaming into a pillow is amazing. Pushing all of your strength into a solid brick wall, that is great. A great way to channel anger. Running, working with weights is an amazing way to get it out of your body. Everybody has a different way, so you just need to find the way that works for you, and take this powerful energy, harness it, rechannel it back into your life. You will see yourself explode, probably with creativity or anything else that is lighting you up in the moment. Or maybe you find all of a sudden brand new interests and things that are occurring to you that you've never even considered before. And all of that is because you've now unleashed all of this energy that was being channeled towards anger, fury, rage. Now we've dissipated the emotion and you've got this amazing thing to play with. So anyway, this all just came to me and I wanted to share. I wanted to touch someone else that was struggling or has struggled or feels wounded, feels broken, someone that feels like they have a problem because they are so angry all the time. Hey, just know your anger, that fury, that sadness, all of that is just a tool. It is an indicator. It is helping you map your life, where you belong, where you don't belong, what is for you, what is not for you, what does your soul recognize versus what is not for your soul. And really, really just working with that. It's kind of all I had to really say today. And hopefully I will be having more of these coming along for everyone to enjoy or listen to at your leisure. And this is just going to be an organically grown channel, and the messages will come as I receive them. Thanks.